relationship between Governor Kevin Stitt and tribal leaders in eastern Oklahoma could be turning sour once again. I'm Shay Rozzi.
And I'm Sarah Wadley. Glad you're with us tonight. Stitt says someone working on behalf of the tribes tried to sneak in language into the state budget that could leave him out of certain state matters involving tribes. New at 6, Fox 23 weekend anchor Rick Marinon is live to explain why this fight over cigarettes could have bigger implications.
Yeah, this is what we're fighting about, a little thing that could cause some big ripple effects. Cigarettes and the taxes collected on them. That is what the latest spat between the governor and the tribes is about. That could have implications on a variety of items, from criminal justice to sports betting. Governor Kevin Stitt says someone in the legislature tried to pull a fast one on him on behalf of the tribes.
So think about that, Oklahoma. The governor had no idea about something. Somebody comes in and drops language and says, oh yeah, we're going to extend something for 5 years without the governor knowing about it, just to try to outlast me to the next administration.
Stitt says someone tried to pass a new law within the state budget involving the sale of tobacco on tribal lands. Right now, the federal government says Native Americans can buy tobacco from tribal businesses tax-free. To do that, the state collects taxes on all sales and then sends back some of what is collected from tribal citizens to tribal governments. Last year, the Choctaw and Chickasaw were wired $17 million from the state, and a line proposed in the state's budget wanted to keep it that way until a new governor was elected and seated 5 years from now.
So I don't know exactly why we have a compact that we're wiring $17 million to these very, very large businesses.
Some tribes are seeking to change the tobacco compact it has with the state to include all sales within their territorial boundaries, reestablished in the Supreme Court's McGirt decision, not just tribal gas stations. Stitt says no.
Again, I'm not against anybody opening a gas station and selling tobacco. We just want it to be fair.
Despite fighting last fall, Stitt and tribal leaders called a truce at the start of his second term, but Stitt appeared frustrated someone was trying to leave him out of another tribal matter. And it's not clear if talks this coming summer about numerous topics have been impacted. When asked about his feelings on the current race for Cherokee chief, he said,
the Cherokee Constitution, it's really problematic and it's different than the state of Oklahoma. So yeah, I'm not going to be endorsing him. He stood up and endorsed my opponent.
Now, since the Cherokee Nation chief, Chuck Hoskin Jr., and even the Cherokee Nation itself was specifically mentioned by the governor, I reached out to them for comments. So far, I have not heard back. I've also been monitoring budget discussions, looking for this particular cigarette line in there, and so far, it has not come up yet. But keep in mind, just as I reported at 5 o'clock, this whole thing is fluid and moving very fast, so we will keep an eye on things. Live covering news that matters, I'm Rick Marinon on Fox 23 News.